I had a student ask if they add a label and add another segmented control or something like that to their application, and one they synthesize and the other they didn't, why doesn't it produce an error? Now, they may have been thinking, why doesn't it produce a warning similar to what you get when you add a variable to an application? I'll just demonstrate that little tiny piece right now first in this implementation. In the view.did_load, if I create a variable, let's call this, make this an integer, and we'll call this test number, and we get a warning here saying that this is unused. The reason it gives the warning is it's instantiating this. Now, if it was a pointer to a bigger object, it could use a considerable amount of memory, but it's using memory, and so it gives a warning. Now, that's on my implementation side, but on my definition side, when I create something, it's not being implemented yet, and therefore it doesn't use any memory. So therefore, if I add a label to my storyboard view, and if I add a segmented control, and from here, control drag, and I create an outlet for this and call this my label. And for the segmented control, I'm going to create an outlet and call this my seg. And let's even create an action for this. And we'll call this test. Then when I go to build this, I don't get any errors. Succeeded. However, if I go into my implementation and I synthesize my label, but I don't synthesize my seg, which I will delete that, I don't get any kind of error yet. And I can even go into my view.did_load, and here's where things start happening. If I go into my label and I say my label text is equal to this is a test, and run this, I don't get any warnings with my seg because it's not even being used yet and it's not using up any memory.